Welcome back to the Trio Tribes podcast. We are back and now with a fresh new series as we wrapped up Unsolved Behaviors last time. Unsolved Behaviors are still going on all fronts from friends or whatnot, but it'll come back later on in future podcasts with because there's going to be a slightly new twist to those ones. But for now, we're going to start with a new series. We're going to call this one POKEY HOLE Stories. Brown, why don't you kind of get into what POKEY HOLE means and what kind of stories we'll be getting into before we get into them?
So POKEY HOLE, it's another term, another word of pussy hole or vagina hole or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it's like a chronicle of stories of different vagina or pussy that we've been pounding, or that's been happening when we've been out and about doing our thing.
Well, yeah, I guess. Us. It could be us, or it could be our friends. But in general, they're just kind of like funny stories that we've gathered throughout the years, or like just fucked up situations that we got ourselves into. In a hilarious manner. So we're going to start it off today with a few of our stories. And White's going to start it off with the first one. So just to give a little intro to it, what we did was we were on one of our annual vacations. And we, of course, when we're out, we're drinking, we're having fun, try and talk to girls, and in our younger days we would try to get them and have fun with them. And so this one was on our very first trip. I don't think Brown was there for this one, but it was myself, White, and a couple of other friends, and we started talking to these girls. I guess they were from Spain, right, White?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
So, this I guess happened maybe on this was our last night of the trip, and we've been talking to these girls on and off throughout the whole time. Nothing really happened, but I guess on the last night they wanted to come drink with us. We're like, okay, come drink with us, and we were doing our thing again in the lobby bar, and one of our friends was talking to what we're gonna call her. We're gonna call her Horseface. We're gonna call her Horseface. You'll find out why later. But one of my good friends was talking to Horseface's friend. Horseface was actually talking to another one of my other friends, which was not White at that time. And then this was on our last night. And so, White, why don't you take it away and kind of get into it?
So, as you said, we were in the lobby doing our thing, having our drinks, and we decided that we were gonna kind of screw around with this one guy just for fun. We used to play these games where we would fill up some shot glasses with water and some with vodka or white rum or whatever it was. And so we did this probably, I don't even know.
It was double digits.
At least 5 or 6 times.
I think it was at least double digits. It was at least double digits throughout the night that we did this to this one guy.
And eventually he just like hit this wall and he took off to go to the bathroom in the lobby that was like 10 feet away. He just took off to go yak. And when that happened, I was like, oh, what the hell? So he disappeared for a bit. So I was like, all right, I'm going to swoop in and steal this thing off of him just for fun. Well, don't want to waste an opportunity. So
don't want to waste a good pokey hole.
That's right. So while he was off yakking, I swept in. I could barely understand a lick of words coming out of this chick's mouth, man. Barely any English. So I do not want to forget the fact that when this guy came back out of the washroom, he literally fell over a garden planter and almost broke his neck.
I do recall that, and to this day, when we go back to that hotel, I think he fell over a plant and that plant to this day is still bent 90 degrees to the right because he friggin' ate it into this.
He ate it and the whole lobby just turned and started laughing so hard.
Crazy. And at this point, I was gonna be like, all right, this guy's done for the night. I'm gonna take him back to his room. So I walked my buddy back to his room, just left him in bed because he was donezo, no more drinking for him. And so I came back downstairs and I see White like swooping in quick times, grabbing this horse face chick. And so go ahead, White.
Yeah, so then she wanted to go back to the room and get something. I think it was a camera, to be honest with you. I think she wanted to go get a camera to go take pictures or something, which I don't even know if the camera actually existed, but that's what was asked to go do. So I went to go get this camera with her. And it was fairly like early-ish in the night for being on a vacation. And we did not return to the lobby. I have never met someone with that much sex drive in my entire life. I was extremely dehydrated by morning. I showed up back. I was rooming with Yellow, and we, like you said, this was our last night, so we were catching the bus to go back to the airport the next morning. And I barely showed up in time to get my luggage to go to the lobby. And I felt like a hot mess.
Well, let's backtrack a little bit because you're trying to play this off like you just got some and that was that. But this is not the case, or else we wouldn't be telling this story. So let's first go back and describe what she looked like.
Well, she gets the name Horseface for a reason. The teeth are very prominent.
They were very prominent. And then the second reason why this was Horseface, so I remember, I think I went back to go and try and find you because we were headed out for the night. And so everybody's like, where's White? Like, where's this guy? We got to go. And my friend who was talking to Horseface's friend, she wanted to know where Horseface as well was as well. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I'll go back to the room and like grab some money. I'll look for him, see if he's there and if she's there and whatnot. So as I'm walking back to the room, I'm about to stick my key card into the hole, and all I heard was yeah, 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 yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in here? This girl was, not only was she a horse face, she was also horse noise while she was getting freaking absolutely plowed. And I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking, and this is before cell phones were super prominent with like video camera and all that. And I'm trying to find something to record this shit with. I could not find it. And I started knocking at the door. This guy completely ignored me because I just wanted to see what was going on in there. And you also forgot some acts that she did on you in there that you told me about.
Yo, man. Like I said, this is a different experience than you would.
I want to know what she did. So does the audience.
That's okay. We can share it.
Go ahead and share it.
There's stories to come.
Okay.
This girl liked to try and insert fingers into the back door style.
Oh man.
I think White liked it.
No. I think this might be the first time Brown's even hearing this part of the story.
Yeah, I don't think I heard this part of it. I missed this part. I missed out on this part of it.
This is the part we talk about regularly.
White got sodomized by fucking horse paws is what that's what happened. Wasn't there some tongue action down there, you said?
Oh fuck.
No. Just
I don't know. I think you're trying to lie, bro. I think you're trying to lie.
You can't make shit up like that, man.
I'm not making shit up. This is what I remember you telling me.
No.
All right, fine. We'll just stick with horse paws or whatever you want, horseshoes that try to wander its way to your. I don't even know what hole that one's called. It's not pokey hole.
No, man, but like it was like nails digging. It was like fucking crazy shit.
My question to you is, why did you let this continue It was uncomfortable.
Listen, when you're that far in, you do things, and I'm sure you know the same feeling.
No, you don't. That door would have been shut immediately, my friend. It was me.
Oh, that door was shut. Move on to other things.
I think Brown only heard this for the first time still.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
This is a new experience. This is all new stories.
This is new. This is new. So we have other friends there that I wouldn't call them friends, but we have other people that we know that are kind of into like that type of shit, and we make fun of them incessantly. But now I guess Brown knows there's another among them, and it's White.
Those others enjoy that flavor.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. We'll move on from that one. Well, anyways, to end that off, the next morning, White was nowhere to be found for the bus, and neither was like the guy who was absolutely smashed from those fake shots that we gave, or we gave him real shots, but we took fake water shots. They were nowhere to be found on the bus. I had to run upstairs. This bus was about to leave, and I got up there and I knocked on the door. I opened it. One of them opened it, and then I think it was you, White. You opened it and you try to go back to bed. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, the bus is like legitimately here waiting for you. And all I saw, I guess at that point, the drunk dude was in the other bed, like the other sharing a room with you somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was in the other bed. And as the door was shutting and I was running back to the bus, I saw you like continuously punch him in the back for him to get up because he was not getting up.
Yo, it was bad.
Yeah, so that's how smashed he was.
Did that other guy get diddled too?
No. He knocked out.
You know what though? You know what's funny is he probably wished he got diddled because he felt so snaked by White.
Yeah, he did. He felt really snaked. He was cheesed for a while, actually.
He was cheesed. He wasn't cheesed as in like he was angry with you. He was just cheesed as in he was disappointed he got so drunk that he couldn't close the deal himself.
Yeah, well, we kind of did that.
We did. But that was what he was more like cheesed about, more disappointed about. This guy, he woke up, I remember he was like, oh my God, man, I had her. How the fuck you snake her? I'm like, you were knocked out. Somebody had to like go and like step up the bat for you. So yeah, anyways, yeah, and then I guess you guys made the bus on time, but you were in rough shape. I remember seeing that. Yeah, I remember seeing that girl because the horse-faced girl, because I went to go find my other buddy who ended up with her friend, and I went to her room because he was there with her, and I saw Horseface there, and Horseface, I don't know, man, she looked rough up. I don't know who stuck whose fingers in who because it was rough.
Listen, she only looked rough because she got the meat.
Well, you got some sausage fingers, so.
No way.
All right, so let's move on to the next one. Same place, our next vacation, and I guess this one involves myself. So, this one I'm not quite sure how. I think we saw them on the beach, us three. This trip it was myself, White, Brown, and Skunk in his earlier non-stupid days. He was on the trip with us. And I believe we saw them on the beach, and we were in the water, and we were like, all right, I see some. Let's go talk to them. So all four of us went to go talk to them on the beach, and then two of us took off. I think White and Brown, you guys took off to get some like pina coladas or something like that.
We went to go walk it down. I remember we went to go take a walk. We were just kind of letting you do your thing.
Yeah, and Skunk stayed with me. And so there was this one chick. We're gonna call her Broke Face. And we're gonna
Brock
Face. And you'll figure out why later.
Oh yeah.
And we'll just call Brook Face's friend. But Brook Face's friend, actually is like, if you could think about the girls that we've been talking about for Skunk, that's mousy blonde hair type of look. That's what she looked like. And White at this point took off with Brown to go on this walk, and of course Skunk stayed with me, who had zero game, and so I had to carry this conversation for the both of us. But Skunk was there and didn't do nothing. He was trying to get this other one. She was not about it. So I think, what was it like? I think was it later on that night, or was it the next night that they came drinking with us, Brown?
Well, the same day actually when we came back, because I remember you looking at White. You're like, yo, somebody needs to fucking take over from this because nothing's happening here. The one, yeah. And then they started playing cards, and then we went back, and you man started playing cards with them on the beach.
Yes, we me, myself, and Skunk, right?
No, Skunk took himself out. It was you, White, and the two of them at that point.
Okay, so yeah, we were playing like whatever, playing drinking games, and then we're like, okay, tonight, I guess it would have been that night. Tonight we're going to drink in the lobby, like we tell all the girls that we do. And I'm like, you guys want? Yep.
Don't forget the little detail that you noticed before we moved to the lobby game. The little detail you noticed on the beach while you were playing this card game.
I can't recall at the moment.
It has to do with Pokey Hole.
Pokey Hole.
Yo, wasn't there like bush or something hanging out?
It was like barbed wires. He was talking about down there.
Okay. Yep. Okay. I remember. There was some wireness poking out of the Pokey Hole cloth, as to say. I do remember that now, but let me just say that it was not there later on. So I guess she knew something was gonna happen. So, anyways, let's head back to the lobby game at night. And so we started drinking or whatever. And we ended up going out that night, right? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We went to the bar. So they came with us to the bar. We all got like super, super smashed. And I think at this point, Brown and Skunk met two other girls.
We met some Russians. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys met two Russian girls. These two, the Bruckface and Bruckface friend, they were from out west somewhere in Canada. And you guys met some Russians, so you guys took off in your separate ways, and myself and White took these girls back to the hotel, and I guess we started going swimming.
No, back up. we weren't swimming yet.
Where were we?
There was really no swimming that happened.
Where were we? There was no swimming.
We went back. They wanted to go skinny dipping in the pool. What happened?
Correct. Swimming.
No one. We didn't even get in the pool. You and I did not get in the pool.
No, we didn't get in the pool because we were eating like snacks on the pool deck. And then
this was after the tournament, obviously.
Yeah, this is after the bar. Yeah, this is after the bar. So we get back, and I was eating my hot dog and hamburger, and then I guess the girls were already done eating theirs, and White was sitting on the lounge chair. And you want to take over from here?
No,
White?
Go ahead. You're good. Go ahead. You're doing good.
So these girls decided, they're like, okay, let's go skinny dipping. And we're like, okay, fine, no problem. Let me finish my hamburger first. And she's like, no, I want to go in there now. I'm like, nobody's stopping you from going in there now. So I guess the two girls, Bruckface and her friend, they took off their like clothes, and I guess the Bruckface's friend slipped into the pool, as in like she just kind of slowly, gingerly made her way into the pool naked. And then Bruckface, she decided that she wanted to do a nosedive into the pool.
To the Olympic diving team.
Yeah, Yep. So she dove like straight into the pool, and I guess that was it. End of story.
And then that's where the name came.
Well, I think that's the end of the story. There's no other story to tell.
So, there's plenty to tell. So at this point, she comes up from this dive though, and looks at us, and there is literally blood pouring out of her mouth with 2 front teeth gap in the front.
Yo, so she came up and it was dark. And I did see like darkness around her like mouth, but I thought like maybe it was shadows, like the shadows playing tricks on me and shit, because I couldn't really tell. But when we looked closer, it was as White described, 2 front teeth knocked out with blood running down her like face. And what did she say? She asked, "Oh my God, like, is everything okay? Why are you guys staring at me?"
Yo, our faces had to have been like in pure shock.
We were, because she then asked, she was like, "Oh my God," like she wiped her like mouth with her hand while looking. So just imagine this, okay? This chick, fully naked, standing, dove into the shallow end of the pool, which we didn't know it was shallow. Oh, I didn't know anyways, or I didn't think of it like that it was shallow and dangerous. She's like standing like waist high, like top off, and looking at us, up at us while we're standing on the deck. And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm bleeding." And then I think she touched her mouth, like the inside of her mouth. She's like, "Oh my God, where are my teeth?" And we're like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, she like smiled to show us her teeth, because she was like, is she just imagining this, that there's no teeth there, like because of the pain and the alcohol, and she doesn't feel it, or is there's no teeth there? And we're like, and she looked at us and she like kind of like did that like wide smile so we can see all her teeth. And if you could see myself, White, and Brookface's friend at the same time when she did that, we're like, "Oh!" We're like,
She looked like a hockey player that had her front teeth knocked out.
Yeah, it looked like a slap shot hit her face at that point. And we're like, oh my God. And she's like, "Why, is it that bad?" And we're like,
No, it's not bad. No.
It's not terrible. And we're like, "I think you guys should go back to your room though at this point, because, like it's getting late and stuff." And then so at this point, the two of them, Brookface and her friend, were talking to each other, I guess, like finally figuring out what was going on with her face. And me and White were like, "Yo, did you see her fucking face? She's done for the vacation, bro. She's fucked. Like, it's gonna ruin her vacation." And I guess at that point, what did we do at that point?
So we ended up going back to the room, and the most fucked up part about this is Yellow.
Hold on a second.
So
Hold on a
desperate.
second.
Oh, there's no holding on, is there?
Go ahead.
He decides it's okay to try and sleep and make out with a girl with no teeth.
Okay, there's exaggerations.
So you need to explain yourself on this one, because I don't get it.
Listen, there's exaggerations. First of all, you want the other one, which is perfectly fine. So I played wingman. I said, "Okay, why don't you guys go back to our room, and I will go back to Brookface's room." And I just wanted to sleep. That's all I did. Not want to do anything else.
Yeah, okay.
And Brookface, at this point, I guess she was still like numb from like the pain or from booze. I don't know. Really didn't feel the pain in her mouth. She tried to make out with me, and I said, "No. I don't want to do this." And she attacked me. And that's what happened.
Attacked.
With the Brookface.
With the Brookface.
Oh yeah. Yo, did you get a snaggle tooth on your dick?
Listen, my defense, I did nothing that night. Zero. Okay.
I know. I had to go to the washroom to get stuff done because you were laying in the bed beside us.
No. You were in the. No, you went to the other room. You went back to our room with her.
No. We were both in the
Yes.
same room.
No, man. Was it? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
because her friend
That's
didn't
right.
want to. Her friend didn't want to do anything in front of her, so we had to
That's
go to
right.
the washroom.
Exactly. So, see, I was getting my nights mixed up. So that night, I still didn't do nothing. She did try to kiss me. I said no. We ended up making out a little bit because she forced me.
Yeah. Okay. The
I
fact
did
is,
end up.
you still made out with a bleeding, missing
I didn't.
teeth person.
I didn't do it on purpose. Like she forced me, bro. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I was playing, and plus I was playing wingman. If you guys ever saw that, like that one that one video meme where that one black dude was playing wing for his buddy has a hot girl, and he's like getting harassed by like this fucking ramsack face looking chick. That's what it was. I was not happy to be doing what I was doing, but I was doing it for you.
I understand.
Story, end of story. I did end up slamming her. Not that night. But not that night. Slammed her the next night.
But hold on.
Yo.
Well, hold on. That didn't finish yet. So that when you guys were doing your shit, that night, me and Skunk, nothing happened with those Russian girls, whatever. We were just chilling with them. But in the morning when we got up, when we were walking back, I think we were going to like the lobby area to go get like drinks or like coffee or whatever like that. These mans were walking back from the other building, and if you remember Hangover, well, they basically look like the end of Hangover. The fucking hair was a mess. Like, I'm pretty sure Yellow, your shirt was completely unbuttoned. Your fucking belt buckle was like loose and hanging and shit. White didn't even have any like clothes on. I think he just had like a blazer over his shoulder. I'm talking. This is like 9:30, like 10 o'clock in the morning, where people are getting settled in. So where they're walking back, you got to pass that party pool. So
there was actually quite a few people up there.
There's a lot of people in that pool.
There was people chilling by that pool, and there's people at the lobby having their coffee, watching these mans walk back, literally. And everybody would know it's obvious what just happened, where they're coming from, what just happened, because they're in like club clothes, just like half stripped off.
And one of us somehow had blood on our shirt. I don't know why.
Me and Skunk's like, what the fuck? What happened? And you guys were
getting in a fight. That's what I remember you asking.
Oh man.
Yeah, I do remember that part. I remember crossing paths with you, and you're like, "What the fuck happened?" And we're like, "We'll tell you later. It's too much to tell right now. We'll fucking tell you later." So, So end of that story. In terms of what happened was, I did end up slamming her, but the next night after she got her teeth done, which is another hilarious story on Zone, because so in the country we were in vacationing, medical resources are few and far between, from what I can tell. So this girl, Brookface, she went to go find a dentist somewhere, and eventually she found one nearby the resort. And the dentist, who also is, what she told me, also a family physician, and also there's a third job, like the X-ray technologist, all in one role. Anyways, he said that he would fix her teeth because she was begging him. He's like this is gonna ruin my vacation if you don't like fix my teeth. Like, and he's like, oh my god, like this is a lot of work. And she was expecting, just like, get it done. Like, I don't care if it costs like thousands of dollars or whatever. Like, I just want it done. It'll ruin my vacation. And the guy's like, oh no, not thousands of dollars. It's like, I think he said it was like $50, which I guess for them was like a lot of money. And she's like, okay, get it done. Like, amazing. So what she explained was that first he had to take like an X-ray of her like mouth and face, because to make sure nothing else was like actually broken. And from what she said like you know how like when you go to the dentist or any place to get an X-ray, they give you that like metal lead
Yeah.
like apron to wear so you don't freaking catch radiation in your balls and shit. And this girl's like, she's like, all I saw was this huge tube come up to me. There was no metal vest, and he zapped me like 5 times in my face. I was so scared.
Oh man.
Then, as she's starting to like fix her teeth, she's like, like it's normal to like wash your hands and like fucking like wear gloves. He's like, he went in raw, bare hands in her mouth, fucking doing what he had to do, and she was so sketched out, but she was like just so. This is to give you an example of like what this girl had to go through and what kind of places like this like medical facility was so sketchy, but she still had to get it done. This guy's like fully fisting her with like bare hands while fixing her teeth and shit. It was fucking hilarious, but she had it done, and this is why I slammed her the next night, because she looked fine again. The swelling went down in her face, and her teeth were fixed.
And she had a clean pokey.
But you also you made out with her after she had some next man's raw hands in her mouth. So I mean,
I'm sure she went in and did like mouthwash afterwards. Okay, and plus that was a daytime. I went in at nighttime. Nighttime is fine. She ate food. That man's like raw hand germs were already swallowed down her throat. It's all sanitized at that point.
oh man.
Wait, why don't you get into what like that girl, like Brockface's friend, was like telling you to do that first night?
I don't recall, to be honest.
While you were in the washroom.
It was basic, man. There was nothing a whole lot going on other than she was too worried about you guys out in the other room. It was just.
I thought you mentioned to me one night when you slammed her, she was like telling you she wanted like your entire like fucking ball sack in her mouth and shit.
Yeah.
Like cum dumpster style business.
Like she wanted like legit like porn style.
Yeah, she ended up getting down on her knees, and then she was like sucking my dick and shit, and then she like begged me to slap her in the face with my dick.
Yeah, that's what
I somehow feel White was really reluctant to tell that part of the story. You tried it. We're like, no. You tell what's real. This is why POKEY HOLE Stories is POKEY HOLE Stories. It's fucked up stupid. This ain't your fault that she told you to slap your dick in her face. You didn't want to do it. She's did it.
You just don't know what it feels like until you're standing there and someone tells you to do that shit. You don't know what to do.
Yeah, I guess you have to kind of do it. That's about it.
Oh, I did.
And how did it feel?
Don't know. It's really weird, man. I was just more concerned about keeping my dick hard, to be honest.
Didn't want to catch that whiskey dick.
No.
Oh shit. Oh,
did it like twice to each side of the face and then moved on.
I don't know how I'd feel about that. I'd just be weirded out.
It was weird, man. I don't even know.
You want me to do what?
that happened.
Are you sure you mean this? Okay, fine. If you want. Anyway, so we'll wrap it up with those ones. So now we're going to move on to one of our very next trips. Same spot, but this one will involve skunk. So, Brown, why don't you take this one over?
He started feeling nice. This was that one trip where we just met these girls that were from BC. I think we were just eating snacks one night and we just met them. We just started talking to them. So he took over and he started chatting up with them and stuff. So I think, I don't know, they were drunk. So obviously they didn't have a fucking clue what they were talking about. But one of them dropped some comment how he looks like Lamar Odom. And he started fucking popping off. And they were calling the other one, like the girl that he was talking to, which was just like talking to him. But they made a joke or a comment about how she looks like Chloe or some shit like that. Chloe, one of the Kardashians.
Let me just that Skunk in no way
No.
it looks like Lamar Odom, and
No.
also he's at least maybe a third of the height of Lamar Odom.
Mhm.
And the other one did not look like no Khloe or Kim Kardashian or whatever. So go
So
ahead.
to give you the punchline of this trip, so what happened? So he felt nice about himself after that. So he took her and he was like fucking doing these like romantic walks on top of the building and shit like that with her. We were
Who's
still
that?
chilling in the.
Who does that remind you of?
I think the listeners know when this stuff. They're gonna put
Yep.
this shit together.
They'll put the who's that remind you of?
But we were just chilling there with those girls, whatever. We were just having a good talk and just whatever. We were trying to do what we got to do with them. But so he went all about it and he was like talking to her, trying to wife her up, not do anything else, because that's what he goes on these vacations for, looking for his replacement for his ex, that one look. So anyways, the same night that same night I didn't see him. He kind of disappeared that night. And I think we were just at the club. We were doing our thing at the club. I can't really remember what we were doing or who we were with at that time. I think we were with those short girls.
Yeah, we were with we were with Brookface, her friend, and the Russian girl, a couple of Russian girls that you were with that other night. They were with us at the club, at the bar. But Skunk wasn't there. Yeah.
He wasn't there with us. So I went back to the room at the end of the night. I went back to the room, and he didn't show up. So the next morning he came back. He came back like early in the morning, and he just said that how he was just in the room with them. He was just chilling with them, and he was telling me how he had two of them in bed, and both in the bed. Now keep in mind these rooms, they're like single beds, kind of put together, but there's a big ass fucking crack in the center. So
yep.
I don't know how he was in, because he's a short, stubby, like fat guy. So apparently he was in the middle, and he had these two girls. He had the one that was supposed to be the Kardashian one, and then he had the other one that was like a friend that was part of the group. So he said, I don't know where the other girls were, but he was in the room with the two of them, one on each side, and he's like, the one that wanted him, so the Kardashian one that wanted him, was getting jealous because the other one was trying to make moves on him. There was two girls in the same room battling for him, but apparently the other one left to go to the bathroom or something like that, and he said he quickly slammed the Kardashian one while the other one went to the bathroom. And he said when he was done with that one, now he's been doing this shit raw, because he doesn't walk with condoms on these trips. He never usually has condoms. He'll ask to borrow or to use a condom, but I don't think he ever uses it. I think he just asks for the hell of it. But so he said he slammed that one, and then she passed out. And by that time, that one came back from the bathroom. I don't know what the fuck she's been doing in the bathroom for that long. If he says that he actually slammed for 45 minutes, that means she was in that bathroom taking a shit, or probably
diarrhea.
Yeah, right. So he said when that one knocked out, the other one came back from the bathroom, and he took her to the balcony, and she was just like stroking him and shit. And then he just started fucking her, and he said he kept fucking this one until the sun came up. So he said it was a transition though. Hold on. So the sun was coming up, but the moon was going down at the same time. So a total, like, and I'm pretty sure an eclipse was happening and everything too at the same time. So he said the sun was coming up and the moon was going down at the same time, and he was watching this happen while he was fucking her. So he was fucking this girl for hours.
Well, hours. Yes. So it sounds like he was fucking her, and then while I believe he said he was smoking a cigarette at the same time, while she was fucking him, while he looked out in the ocean with the moon settling but yet the sun rising, and then the other girl came outside and grabbed his balls too. So
yeah, and
I was just go ahead.
Yeah, and he had the threesome happen, and that was that. And like, obviously, what are you supposed to say to somebody like that? Even someone wildest fucking dreams doesn't experience anything like that, like, ever.
You wouldn't even see a porn like that.
No, you wouldn't. You would, even if they CG'd that shit, you wouldn't see it.
CGI'd it?
Yeah, you wouldn't see that shit happen. Like, it doesn't exist. But it happened with him because he's the mighty skunk.
Yeah. He does deserve a cape for that. So I'm just gonna ask you though, do you think that happened?
Fuck.
I wonder what makes him think that we were gonna believe that shit. What would make you think that we would believe you banged two girls at the same time while you were smoking on the balcony while the sun came up, the tide rolled in, and the moon was setting, and fucking rainbows were shooting out of your fucking dick as you were jizzing.
Lamar Odom, bro. Only he gets that shit.
It's fucking weird, man. Like, so that was, I guess, a pokey hole story that actually just never really happened, but we thought we'd share that part of fiction with you, since you know a little bit about skunk anyways. Brown, you got anything else to add to that one?
That was the big punch of that one. We got lots of other stories, but it's for this podcast to come. This is an awesome one.
Yep, we're good. We're good for this one then. So, why don't you guys, Trio Tribe out there, why don't you guys hit us up on our Instagram, the Big Trio 3. That's the number 3, and then individually we got the Big Trio _yellow _white and _brown. Let us know if you have any of these pokey hole stories of your own that are amazing. We got much more to come. This is just the tip of the iceberg. They're a little bit fucked up, but like they're still funny still. And in the end, we all had a good time. Girls had a good time. Well, her teeth didn't have a good time, but she had a good time in general. And we got much more of this to come. I think even in this series of Pokey Hole, we may have some special guests because they might have to come in and explain their own part of the story too. Because some of our friends are still our actual friends. They're involved in these too. So you might hear some new colors popping off soon times, and getting into these stories. So until next time, I am the Big Trio Yellow,
the Big Trio White,
and the Big Trio Brown.